I'm doing well. It was a pretty good day for me.
Cool. Why was it a very pretty? Why was it a good day?
Because it was top-notch weather. The weather was nice. And the sky is clean. Sky was clean today, and I went to shopping with my mother for my baby. Uh, for him. For my baby, which is about his winter items.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, it's the second week of November. It's probably
Uh,
late autumn already, so you
yes,
do need to shop for winter clothes.
yes, it is getting cold, and my baby has outgrown his clothes very quickly, and I don't have any extra items, so that I had to visit in this week.
Mm. So you went shopping with your mom. Where
Yes,
did you
I did.
go?
It just E-Mart near my house.
Oh.
Do you know E-Mart? It is a pretty much big supermarket operated by um, a huge company.
Hmm. Well, I was going to ask you if you went to a second-hand store or brand, you know, stores that sell things on retail, and you went to a retail store.
Yes, it was a retail store. I would like to use the second-hand items. However, the time I don't have enough time. As you know, it's getting cold, so that uh, if I use the second item, then I need to search it at first, and I need to compare the prices uh, between the original items and uh, the other items uh, that are sold by online. So it takes
Mm.
a long time to decide it. So I couldn't use the second items this time.
Second-hand items.
Second hand item.
But that was our topic today.
Yes, it is pretty much related my life, so that it was pretty interesting.
But since you bought on retail, let's not talk about shopping secondhand. Okay. Well, like you've said in your message, more and more people are buying secondhand items online.
Mhm.
Well, originally, we buy secondhand items in garage sales and in Salvation Army stores.
Yes, yes, it's possible to find that second-hand item there.
But since, shopping online is more convenient, it's and we love convenience. People love convenience.
Mhm.
So we use it more and more.
Mm.
Okay, and yeah, like you mentioned, there are a lot of ways to skin a cat. Well, in shopping, there are two ways to make a deal.
Mhm.
The buyer would meet in person, or they will send the package that you bought after you pay for the item. Mm. But there is a risk of being ripped off. Oh, wait.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, you did send
They
vocabulary words.
ripped off, and then
Okay.
they
You
got
could be ripped
random.
off, meaning, maybe you maybe the item was described as color green and really beautiful. But when you paid for it and it came to you, was
Mhm.
it was shipped to you, it's actually color brown, not green. So
Mm,
you were ripped off, right? Now
but
the
it is not the common these days because the seller should upload lots of images of that item, and then it should be cleared, clarified, because we can search it their selling history, and then
yes,
following his ID. So if somebody wants to sell uh, their items using that shopping mall, then they need we have to trustworthy. I want to say trustworthy. How do I connected the word? Mm, the
to
seller
check if the seller is trustworthy.
the seller should be trustworthy, right?
Well, yes. There are measures that you can employ so you would not be ripped off as a buyer. But there are very intelligent sellers, right? That's why also some sellers, aside from pictures, they would also ask a video of that
Oh, really?
thing.
I've never found a video yet. I just saw some images only.
But here in the Philippines, I have heard of naive people still getting ripped off
Ah, yes.
because they would easily trust the seller. What the seller
Mm,
would say, just send me oh, the item is original, I promise, and they would believe the seller immediately,
hmm You
which is a
know,
bad thing.
I've got swindled at once when I used the that online shopping mall at the first time because I didn't have enough knowledge background
Mhm.
uh, to use that website, and I was pregnant that time, and I feel like when woman uh, get pregnant, then there's something changes on their hormones, and
Yes.
then uh, there that makes uh, the woman not to uh, clearly decided any issues. So
Mm.
it it's pretty much happened got swindled when the woman gets pregnant.
Ah. How much did was swindled from you? How much was swindled from you?
It was at much 50,000 won, but I was shocked so much.
50,000 won. Is that like $500?
Right.
Yes, it is. That's still a lot of money. Oh my God.
It was, yeah, it was a pretty much money,
Uh,
uh, it was a good experience. And then I try to find not to get swindled anymore. Then I found a much trustworthy website, and I can check somebody's mobile phone number, and which she uh, shows information whether that number has any um, uh, if that number caused any uh,
well, yeah. So the difference of ripped off is you get something, but it's not what you expect. Swindled is you send money, but you don't get anything.
mhm,
Service
mhm,
or product, you don't get it.
mhm.
I have never been swindled since I
Mm.
started online shopping
Mhm.
because I was a student back then when I first tried online shopping, and of course students are poor, right?
Mhm.
So I had to be very careful. So
Mm.
I did a lot of research how not to get swindled.
You prepared in advance.
Yes, and the safest way to pay a seller is through bank
Ah,
transfer
how
because
wise you are.
right, yeah, because bank transfer they can't fake bank accounts. So
Yes, that's happened actually.
okay, so those are wait, that's I think this is these two the distinction the difference of these two are the most important in our vocabulary
Uh-huh.
phrases.
Uh-huh.
Get ripped off, get swindled, and next, well, be sent by mail. There is a difference. Mail is it's usually used in the UK, especially the example. The items can be sent by mail. But if
Uh-huh.
you're in the US, you're using American English, they will use can be shipped. The items can be shipped.
Really? Oh, pretty useful to know.
Just remember mail, UK, and
Mm.
in the US they would use post. It can be shipped or it can be posted. They mean the same thing.
Mm. What about
Oh
parcel?
yeah.
Parcel service.
Parcel, no, it's not usual. I only heard that expression in Korea.
Excuse me?
In Korea.
I agree. Really? Parcel is such a Korean English.
Parcel, parcel is an English word, but it's a very old word.
Oh,
Yeah, parcel
really?
is another. It's an outdated word for package.
I got it.
Yeah. So if you use the word parcel in a normal English conversation, people would think you're from the 1800s or
Ah.
early 1900s, like 1910 or
Parcel,
1920.
even package.
Package, this is more modern. Package,
Mm.
you know, yeah, package is modern.
Mhm.
Parcel, you can only see it in storybooks about
I
Santa
got
Claus.
it. Oh, got it. What about use the goods? Even it's same meaning of the second-hand item.
Yes, used goods is, well, some people don't like hearing the word secondhand because they
Oh.
think they would think you're poor for
Really,
so they
it's
use
not
yeah,
a common that common to other
it's
countries.
common, but some people there are those people who don't like hearing it.
Oh, got it.
So you would use used goods or just like the phrase I don't just like the sentence I don't know. A lot of Americans don't like the sentence I don't know. So you would say I'm not sure or let me think about it. That's the yeah. It's just the feeling behind the phrase, but they're very common. Secondhand
Mm.
or used goods or Salvation Army items, they all mean the same thing.
Um,
Secondhand.
of course, they use the second-hand item, but they don't want to express that words.
Yes.
I got it. All
So they
right.
would most of the time, for example, eBay. Most of the items on eBay.com, if
Uh-huh.
you visited that website, they sell things secondhand.
Mhm.
So a lot of Americans would just say, "Oh, I bought it on eBay," instead of saying, "Oh, I bought it secondhand."
Mm.
They would use the name of the
Ah.
website.
That's good. All right.
Yeah. Because they don't like people thinking that maybe they are poor. Like, why did you buy it secondhand?
Oh, got it. It's a culture difference, right?
Yes, it's culture difference.
Mhm.
Here in the Philippines, it doesn't matter if you bought it you bought it brand new or secondhand, as long as it looks good and it still works, it's fine.
Even it's the same to Korea. Even somebody is mother, then it's pretty much common. Because the mother usually not buy their baby's items uh, as a brand new.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's the difference between moms, I guess, here in the Philippines. Because, for example, your baby is 19 months old. Okay, for example, I have a 24-month-old baby.
Mhm.
I would ask you, hey, do you need these things? Because I don't have anyone to give it to. So I'll just
Mm.
give it to you.
Because we are a friend.
Yes. So if you have, cousins or friends, or just ask from them, hey, do you have winter clothes?
Yeah. It's happened also in Korea, but I feel a bit burdened to get some items the from my friends.
Ah,
Then I just to try to find it near my hometown, near my house. Because if that item is pretty much uh, has a big volume, then it's
that's
hard to
true.
visit their house to take to my house. But if I try to find that same item near my house, then I can visit with my car because it's not take a long time to bring to my house, and then I don't need to put my lots of effort.
That's true. And besides, right, you still have to ask your friend if they are sure that they're giving it to you, if they don't
Uh-huh.
have any more
Yeah,
plans.
yeah.
If, you'll ask, are you sure you won't have any more babies after
Yeah.
this?
Even I
Because I'm
too
keeping it.
treat them someday later. So I think the process is pretty similar to find it at the online shopping mall.
That's true. Okay, so those are the vocabulary words. I did prepare questions about
Mhm. Mhm.
shopping, actually about in online shopping, not just shopping. Okay, first question. Oh,
Oh.
what is your opinion of the security of buying things on the internet? Mm.
Mm, actually, this day I trust the online shopping uh, pretty much. Uh,
Mm.
and, how to say? We trust if that created websites are created, which means it's already qualified it to use. There is a reason I mm, make my account on that website. Then I I could buy any other items from that place.
Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, I mean there are a lot of websites that 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 offer buy and sell services. Mm, I think the security of buying things online is getting better, but criminals are getting more intelligent, so it's still better to be careful so as not to be swindled or get ripped off.
Mm, so
So
I
it's
usually
still the
use
responsibility of
mhm,
buyers.
mhm. So I usually use a big shopping mall like a G Market
Ah, yeah.
or E-Mart, something like that.
Yeah, the ones with names already, like Amazon.
Mm.
Oh, you don't have Amazon in Korea. Well, you can shop Amazon Japan.
But I've heard about it.
Yeah, Amazon, eBay, those websites that can actually give insurance. And our
Mhm.
time is up, Sammy.
All
Let's
right.
continue answering our questions about shopping online on Thursday.
All
Okay?
right. It's
Okay.
good.
Thank you so much, Sammy. Have a good night.
Thank you and have a good night
Yeah.
too. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.